And then that's when
you would have the dating resume of a Walmart greeter.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's when things started to get a little sad for me when I started to think about filling out a dating resume. First of all, you would have like your work experience section. Like when you apply that to my dating life, I would have to explain like the several years gap in between my job experience. Then like, well, how would I explain that? Then, well, I guess I would have to say I was quote unquote self-employed for those years apart. And then you would have to put down your skills on your dating resume. Like I don't know what you would possibly put on for any of this. So these are the questions that we're going to have for you. Like,
okay.
How do we fill out a dating application and a resume and all this? And so, Jay, we're going to say something?
No,
Good.
I can.
No, I thought I heard you say something. So you're
Well, one thing I would like to say. Oh no, you can go on if you want.
No, go ahead, go.
Oh, okay. So one thing I would like to say is, okay, a dating application. I've done this ever since I was younger. Like this is how I used to meet guys when I was younger because of my situation being transgendered. It was a lot easier to just go online and go on these like social dating network sites, which are total bullshit in my opinion, and just meet people. So that's how I did it. But essentially, it's the same idea. Like you're gonna fill out a profile, okay, and you're gonna send it. Like usually your physical stats. Once a guy mentions his dick size in those stats, it's over. It's like bam, no chance at all because you kind of get the idea that they want to just fuck you. But generally speaking, though, you just kind of want to make yourself come off like in a way pure and not overemphasized in like a sexual manner and just kind of like realistic at that too and enjoy your just talk about your hobbies and stupid shit like that. But I mean it's kind of boring.
It's basically like if you were going on, like you said, an online dating site.
Mm-hmm.
Just take that and just put it on paper.
Or MySpace or Facebook, and just put it on there and just add a little more things, like dating-wise.
Yeah, but in this situation, for a fact that they're already interested in you. They're sending you the application. So it's different from a like eHarmony or OkCupid type of site because that's just a bunch of random people trying to find each other. You at least know it's like at least they're interested in you and who you are. I mean, most of the guys.
Well, they're interested in my porn.
Know a lot about. What's that?
They're interested in my porn.
Well, who isn't interested in your porn? I mean, you can't hold that against them.
See, but I always think in my mind, okay, like, so I might as well just go to the gym today, or I might as well just go to a club, or, like, clubs are kind of, like, fruitless, too, but I might as well just go out and just meet someone out there, you know what I mean? Because it's a little more real, it's a little hands-on, they see you visually, and then you kind of just, get a feel for a person, like, it's more hands-on. So I've had a lot of interesting experiences like that, and they're usually the funnest. They're the more entertaining ones, but they're also, like, few and far in between, too, because, like, a lot of guys can be intimidated by you, or a lot of guys, like, are, like, shy and stuff like that, and, there's way more people on dating sites, than, like, going out sometimes, like, usually people that are older and more experienced will, like, go out and look for that kind of stuff. I don't know.
I tried the dating site things, and it doesn't work out very well. At least not for me. But then again, I'm not like a hot chick, so that kind of makes it a little bit more difficult. But so you tell us what to include, like your hobbies, just about yourself, and then of course I would assume that you would want a picture to go along with it, right?
Yes. Here's the other thing. I do like to put a lot of like modeling pictures up and stuff like that, and it always gives the wrong idea too. Everything I do is kind of like over sexualized, and I don't really kind of intend for it to be that way because I just kind of I like to look pretty and stuff and take care of my appearance. But guys I'm always giving out the wrong idea, and I'm always attracting the wrong kind of guys. Like I always attract, and this is like crazy when I tell you this, but I always attract the muscly like Guido Or, like, nothing wrong with Guidos, but, I mean, I always just try, like, the typical, like, Jersey Shore guy, like, on roids, you know? And they meet me, and, like, they're just, like, hyper masculine. And I kind of, like, I don't, that's not totally, like, my type all the time. I mean, they can be really nice guys, but they're, like, kind of, some of them are, like, really domineering. I usually attract, like, more masculine, like, domineering types. And
So
I'm
what
dominant.
is your type? What is your type? What type of guy you're looking for? Both, psychologically and physically, what are you looking for? Is there anything
So
specifically?
hard. Well, I mean, I just like guys that are, like, really, really nice and sweet and, like, really attentive to my needs. I'm very, very high maintenance. And it's not that I, like, try to be. I just am. It's just naturally, like, how I am. And usually guys that are, like, more domineering or, like, aggressive, it just, like, makes my life hell because I'm just, like, totally turned off by it. You know, like, I like guys that can really use their brain instead of, like, let their emotions take over them and get all crazy and fight and stuff like that. I'm not into, like, guys like that. I like really mature, cool, calm, collected kind of guys that are, like, educated. They don't even have to be, like, all, like, juiced up and, you know, hot and crazy and all that, you know what I mean? Or they don't have to have $1 million in their account. Like, I'm just looking for someone who's, like, real.
All right, we got a couple of people who are waiting to ask you a few questions here, so give me a second and let me try to connect one of our callers right now. Let's see what they have to say. So give me a second so we can get one of these guys on here.
Okay, this should be interesting.
I consider these people my competition, by the way. It's not my favorite part of this segment.
All right, so we're going to try to add Radamas here, so let's see what we can do here.
Oh my god, I know him. I talked to him.
All right, it's ringing, it's connecting.
This technology's out of control.
What's up? I've never dealt with this shit before. It's awesome. Why have I never used this before? I don't know.
So, okay, we have to do 5 minutes per guy, okay?
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Finally on Soundtrack of the Week with me, Jay, and guess who else is here? We got Sarina Valentina. She's on the line. So, you got some questions to ask. So, just go ahead and ask away.
Hi, Sarina.
Hey, it's been a while since we've chatted.
Yeah, so how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just having my boyfriend application over on SOTWPODCAST, and I'm just having fun right now, interviewing some people. You're one of them. You're the first caller.
Well, I'm just calling in to ask questions. I'm not applying, as you know. Okay, so question. What type of guy are you looking for?
Oh man, that's so hard. Like, it's just hard because there's so many different types. Like, there's not really any type that I'm attracted to. It's just like it depends on chemistry, and the physical attraction too. I mean, you know, but I mean, I'm attracted to all different types of guys, and just someone who's not crazy and domineering and controlling. I can list all the bad things I don't want.
To expand on his question.
Did we get muted here? Hello?
Okay.
I think I just got muted.
What kind of guy are you not looking for? Like, what are some qualities that you don't want?
Okay. So I hate it when guys this is so negative. Well, I mean, I like it when a guy is open with his sexuality. Like, I'm not into, like, guys... Like, I hate those guys that, like, just fish you on. That they're like, oh, well, I've never been with a transsexual before. You're, like, the first transsexual I'm with. Blah, blah, blah. You should feel privileged. And I'm like, not really. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm worth or whatever. And I'm just not gonna, like, you know, sit here and act like, you know, I should be grateful that I'm dating you. Like, I'm no different than any other human being, girl, guy, whatever. So, I mean, there's, like, guys that have a hard time. They, like, have a conflict with themselves when they're, like, dating me, and they don't, like, want to introduce me to their family, and, like, you know, they can't accept the porn thing and stuff like that. And, I mean, it's whatever. I'm not going to stop doing what I like to do. So, it's kind of like, if you don't like it, then don't waste my time. Like, stop sitting here and acting like you're at war with yourself, and then, you know, take out, like, your frustration or, like, you know, on me because you can't accept that with yourself, you know? Like, some guys do that.
All right, now, that leads to another question that you had. You sent me an email, asked about concerning her career, whether or not she was stopped that. You had a question about that, correct?
Yeah. Now the question is, what if you choose a guy to be your next boyfriend? Will you contemplate leaving the business, or you continue to stay in the porn business?
I'm definitely going to stay in the business, and I'm definitely still going to shoot with male and female and transsexual talent, which is kind of intense and, like, fearful if a guy that is really interested in me hears that. They don't really take it seriously, you know? But I know, like, at the end of the day where my heart lies, and I know that if I were to ever pursue a serious relationship during the midst of my career, that it would be successful in the sense that, you know, I mean, if a person can make a sacrifice and trust me, then that's all that matters. You know, like, with any relationship, trust is important. So.
And then you also had a question that had to deal with the distance factor. Can you expand on that also?
Yeah. Now, the other thing is, okay, let's say you like the guy's stats and both of you connect. The question is, will you move towards where he is, or will you have to move to Vegas where you are?
That's a really good question, actually. It really depends on the living situation. Like, okay, like, I mean, I have, like, 2 dogs. They're tiny dogs, but, you know, like, if he lived in, like, this little tiny apartment in, like, you know, I mean, it would have to do with, like, it would have a lot of things. It would have to do with, like, I mean, I can live, like, I have a free range of where I can live, because as long as I travel to my studio and I shoot and I, you know, book my things accordingly, it's all good. I can live in, like, mostly any state in the U.S. But it depends on how grounded he is there. You know, if he's willing to take the chance and come out where I live and see what it's like where I am, then so be it, you know. But, I mean, it really depends on the situation. And I definitely could see myself relocating for the right guy.
Okay, let's say hypothetically, you choose a guy from, let's say, Kansas City.
Yeah, let's say that.
Yes.
Let's say that.
Okay.
And let's say that guy from Kansas City is like, I can't really move. What would be the response to that?
There's a lot of hypothetical questions tonight, but that's cool. I love them. I love them. Well, I mean, I would travel to Kansas City and I would see what it's like living there. I'd stay there for a while, kind of get a feel for it, you know. And
okay, so no.
well, no, seriously, like, I have to see what I'm getting myself into, you know, like,
right.
And I mean, Kansas City.
Have you ever been to Kansas City?
Well, the problem with that question is that there's nobody that lives in Kansas City that wouldn't immediately move to Las Vegas if given a chance, let alone.
That's kind of what I figured.
With the on the other end was her. Nobody would want to stay in Kansas City, so that situation would never happen. You would never have to move here.
So what if I just said, like, hey, come live with me in my sexy, nice condo in Las Vegas, and it's right by the strip, and we can party all night and have crazy, wild sex? Any guy would be there in a heartbeat, right? Unless they're gay.
Yeah, I would think so.
What's the email address I need to send my application to again?
It's on my Twitter, Sully, my official one. SarinaValentina at yahoo.com. It's so basic.